Okay, so it's early, so my brain is still buffering. Okay, it's going on 7, about 2 minutes till 7. Is it 2 minutes? 2 minutes, 4 minutes till 7 o'clock on a Thursday. So I'm recording this early because I have a couple of things to do on Friday, but I want to make sure I get this out. Okay, it's gonna be a divine feminine check-in. If you call it what you need to know Wednesday, I kind of was tapping into divine feminine energy, but I didn't want to make what you need to know Wednesday a divine feminine thing. Um, so here we are to go ahead and get that out. So I'll just channel this for you guys. Extended versions will be on Patreon. So if you like this and you like, oh girl, I need the rest of it, check down below in the description box. Patreon is up and popping. Okay, we are doing good numbers so far. Booking information is possible. You can book with me. If you don't know if you're a twin, if you feel like you're a twin and you need confirmation, I can be the one to confirm if you are or aren't twins. Okay, so just make sure you get down with me below in the description box. Book either mini or in-depth love reading, and I can get with you, just in case if you feel like you got speculations but you don't really know for real. Okay, I am a twin myself, so I do feel like, I will be able to help in some aspects, in some regards. I don't have any of my cards out. I don't have any of my cards shuffled. I rolled up out of bed and I was just like, ooh, 6 o'clock. I could I can get the day started. I don't know. I've been feeling like that a lot lately. Like I get up at the ass crack of dawn and it's like content. So I've just been really super focused on that. I have a couple of my tarot cards. We're going to start with the Oracle, of course. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Lucky, happy of you. Words. I told y'all still early. Um, Lucky to have you. Happy to have you join us this morning is what I was trying to say. Definitely like, subscribe, follow. Okay, so you can join the motherfucking family. We love it here. Okay, we are one big soul tribe. Is there anything else? I will be working, so I might be slacking on Friday videos because I know I will be working on Fridays, just like I'll be working on Mondays. So, but of course I'm gonna try to stay on top of everything. I'll just try to stay ahead of the curve, right? So this is really just gonna be for what it is that we need to know. The veil has been very distorted lately. I did see someone tweet that to confirm. I know I've been feeling super weird. So people might not really be able to read for you articulately right now. They might have a little bit of issue, a little bit of trouble reading for you. Can I Get With You was the song that we started off with. I Say Love is playing now by the Isley Brothers. I didn't even use a specific playlist, y'all. I just press play on all the songs that I have. And these are the songs that came out. So I'll still link a playlist below like I usually do, but this isn't from a playlist. This is just me shuffling my Apple Music. All right. So again, Divine Feminine, we're going to tap in and see what we need to know. Divine Masculine, if you just so happen to be in the motherfucking house, you might get some confirmations for yourself. But I know it's usually Divine Feminines that kind of channel with me. So we really just gonna jump in with y'all, okay? I might do channel messages, I might not. Channel messages from your person or from the masculine will also be on Patreon, okay? So make sure that you sub to Patreon. Patreon gets all of the extra goodies and stuff that other people don't get. I was just made to start moving my shit to Patreon because people be trying to watch me. So if you want to get on in on all the fun and all the exciting extra stuffs, all the talkabouts, that is the place to do it. All of the Divine Feminine Twin Flame talks will be over there. Yada 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 yada. So you'll just have to get over there to see what all the extra stuff is about. We got discount codes and everything else. So let's go ahead and jump in. So again, this is going to be for Divine Feminines. These are for twin flames, okay? You could be a typical regular soulmate. That's also fine. Y'all know I always like to disclose. Divine Feminine doesn't always just mean that you're strictly in a twin flame situation. You could just be somebody in a regular ass relationship trying to tap more into your own Divine Feminine energy, which is just standing more in your highest authentic feminine energy. You don't have to be a twin for this to resonate. I usually do these for twins, but it's not mandatory. Like if you like, oh, I'm not a twin girl, let me click off. You don't have to. I'm sure there's still going to be some messages for you. But if you are a twin, this is specifically for you. For those who are a part of my collective on where you are with the twin flame journey. I can say, what song is that? Plain Clothes it by Nick Jenkins. So that's interesting. Yeah, I just heard keep it simple, stupid. The KISS method, keep it simple, stupid. So something could be pretty plain, or you might be needing to handle something simple, right? Think simple, right? Think plain. Don't make it over extravagant. Don't overdo it, make it harder than what it is. Don't make it more complex than what it is. Okay. It's a message for somebody. And again, before we get started, if you need to know if you're a twin, if you've been having speculation and expectation and you just like, ooh, God would like a confirmation, you can get down with me below. Make sure you book a reading of your choice. We have many and in-depths. We also have other services for other durations and other questions. And yeah, you know, like, share, subscribe. Leave me some comments below, and let's go ahead and jump in. Thank you, y'all, for these messages. Allow me to give the messages that you want me to give. Is this reversed? Allow me to get the messages that you want me to give, and allow these messages in this video to resonate and find those who need it the most. Ashe. Give me 2 cards for Divine Feminine. For what energy do we need to be in? What energy are we currently in? What do we just need to know as far as the feminine energy? Yeah, I figured compassion was going to come out. I feel like compassion always comes out. Knew it is at the bottom of the deck. Don't butcher me too bad if I say these names wrong. Okay. I feel like Knew It, I believe that's how you say her name, is down at the bottom of the deck. Which overall energy is giving me things are expanding. Y'all know that's my think big bitch. You know what I mean? Bitch, you thinking small. You need to be thinking big. Okay. So there could maybe be some dreams or some desires in the specific relationship. Again, this is twin flame, divine feminine. So even in romance, regardless of if you're an actual twin or if you're just someone working on divine feminine energy, this is a time to really think big about what it is that you want, right? Ask and you shall receive. There's no such thing as going too much. There's no such thing as being too big. There's no such thing as like almost biting off more than you can chew when it comes to what it is that you want, right? That could be why Plain Clothes is playing, right? That's also what I said too. You know, that's why I started off with that. Like, you know, sometimes you could be a little too complex, but in this case, it could be you're being too plain. You know what I mean? Ask for more. It's not enough to just be like, oh, I'm cool with just a little white tee and some regular blue jeans. Like, no. Ask for more. You need to get more extravagant, right? It's not enough to just be keeping it simple. Where it's like, I just want my little, you know, I just want my little relationship and my little house and my little family, and you know. But really think big. What is it that you really want? Like, if we can take over the world if you want to, you know what I mean? Like, but you're gonna have to really get big in what it is that you're asking for, right? Expand what it is you're asking for, because as things are expanding, things are coming together for you, which means things are growing, things are getting bigger, right? So it's not enough to just be okay with the plain Jane. You know, sometimes in our manifestations and in our desires, we go plain, right? I know I'm a victim of that a lot when I think about my love life. And it's like, well, honestly, I don't even care about the whole extra, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I'm one of them too, where it's like, if I can have my little white picket fence and my little toucan corsos and my family and, you know, my 5 or 6 kids with my husband, and we do little cheesy shit on the weekend, and you know what I'm saying, and we go out to eat and we go to the movies or whatever and do little cheesy shit and we come back to the regular scheduled program, like, I'm very okay with that. Like, I'm so okay with the regular life. But it's also a piece of me that wants the extravagant life, where it's like, no, I want a power couple. I want us to take over the world. I want us to own businesses. You know what I mean? So it's like making sure that you're thinking big, dreaming big, right? Even if you're our actual twin and you could maybe be in separation, this is a time to also think big. Don't limit yourself because you're in separation. Don't limit yourself because of what it looks like on the worldly plane, right? Because there's a worldly plane in this and there's a spiritual plane in this. Which one are you trying to appease to? Right? It's not enough to just have your person, right? Because I just want my person to come back. I just want to have my person. Like, no. What else do you want? You want them to come back, and you want them to do what? Right? I say that a lot with my clients a lot, where it's like, y'all be trying to manifest a new beginning, but it's like y'all be doing it wrong. You know what I mean? Well, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want that. But what do you want? When they come back, how do you want to feel? How do you want to make them feel? Right? When do you want them to come back? How do you want them to come back? You want them to come back with just words and affirmations? You want them to come back bearing gifts like the three wise men? Like, what is it really giving? You know what I mean? I do feel like find some inspiration. You could be getting inspired for some of you right now. And that'll come through compassion, right? A lot of the times, again, especially if you're an actual twin, the compassion is the hardest part to have, right? Sometimes, especially when, again, you go through things, you go through turmoil, and you lose that inspiration for really staying in the relationship. Kuan Yin, is the goddess of compassion, to say that forgiveness is needed. You know what I mean? Releasing grudges, having compassion for your fellow man. You might not understand why people do how they do and why people move and how they move, but you don't have to understand it to give compassion, right? You don't have to give. You don't have to really understand anything to give compassion to your fellow man. You don't have to understand what makes people click and tick in order to give compassion to them. You don't have to, fully understand what you got going on to give compassion to yourself. You can always still give compassion to yourself, right? So let me see. Where are the muses? Wait, no, I think is it the other? Did I pass it? Okay, I did pass it. Cool. So it says, allow yourself to be inspired. Find and be your own muse, okay? Find and be. Find and be, okay? Your own muse. If you're feeling uninspired, do something you normally don't do. It's time to indulge yourself in music, song, dance, and poetry. All right. So this is a time to also get inspired, and I feel like I'm hearing enthusiastic, like get enthused about love again. For some of you, that could be an issue of where you at too with the compassion card. It could be hard for you to have compassion because you're not inspired and you're not revved up about the connection anymore, right? I feel like I'm talking to some of y'all who's definitely in separation, where it's like things are expanding for y'all, shit is still coming in, so it's time for you to get enthused about it. You know what I mean? It's time for you to get enthused about it. It's time for you to ring it up. So Ring It Up by Molly Brazy. So this could definitely be more of a sense of, you might be actually about to get a phone call for some of you. Ring It Up is kind of giving me like, hello. So there might be an incoming phone call or a conversation that's coming, but it's like you need to get inspired again. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be real hard for you to have compassion for your person or compassion for what's going on if you're not inspired still and enthused still by what's going on, by the connection, right? Again, talking to those who could be in separation. When you go in separation, I feel like that'd be the hardest part, right? It'd be the hardest to really still be enthusiastic and exuberant and excited about the connection. It's hard for you to still be inspired. It's hard for you to still see them as your muse if you're creative like me. Like I'm a creative, artistic type of passionate bitch. So a lot of the times my connection is my muse, my partner is my muse. But when you kind of go through the turbulence of it all, right? It's hard for you to really maintain that. It's hard for you to still sit down and say, I'm going to write a poem about this person, write a song about this person, dance, right, in the name of them, because it fucks with me. You know what I mean? I'm lacking that compassion. I'm still mad about what was. I'm still hurt about what was. You know what I mean? I'm still working through those kinks. So this is definitely a time to really think big and get inspired so you can think big. For some of you, you could have an issue thinking big and dreaming big about what you want because you're not inspired anymore. You know what I mean? And that could also, like, I know that I resonate with that a lot, where it's like I get really unenthusiastic about my love life, where it's like, and that's how I get there, right? God, I don't even want all of the bells and whistles. I just want my small family with my small house, with my lover that love me, so we could do cheesy, romantic, cute shit on the weekends because we work throughout the week, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with just the small mediocre. I'm cool with just the small white picket fence and the one dog and the, the simple life. You know what I mean? Because I'm unenthusiastic. But when I'm inspired and when I'm happy about it and when I do feel like my blood is pumping and I'm, what I'm saying, really feeling the vibes, that's when I really kind of can dream big, where it's like, no, I want us to do this and I want us to do that and I want us to go here and then I want this to happen. We can take over the world and then we can handle this and then do this business. You know what I mean? It's like, get enthusiastic again for some of you, right? You need to get back into your compassionate bag so you can be enthusiastic again. Let's go with Kuan Yin. If I can find it. Okay, I feel like it takes me forever to find these pages. Forgive yourself, forgive others. Forgive yourself, forgive others. Compassion is for another's situation is important at this time. Consider another person's point of view and choose connection rather than separateness. Right? I think that's trash. Somebody's I think they finally taken the trash. But yeah, like I said, so forgiveness for yourself and forgive others. Right? Compassion for another person's situation is very, very important at this time. You know what I mean? That's why I said I feel like I'm speaking to those of you who be in separation, where it's like, hey, we understand how hard it can be. We understand that, sometimes when you get slighted in this twin flame situation, or just, again, in whatever situation you're in, even if you're not a twin and you just a regular ass divine feminine, learning how to be more in your feminine energy, especially for those of you where it's hard, right? If you're learning how to be in your feminine energy and you finally opening up to a motherfucker and then a motherfucker slights you, it'd be really hard to forgive that. It'd be really hard to forgive that when it's like, you can really just not talk to me. You really could have just left me alone. You know what I mean? It's one of the moments where it's like, listen, you really could have just not said shit to me at all. You didn't even have to get me open and get me out my body and get me in my emotions and get me in my feelings just to really shit on me. You know what I mean? It's hard to have compassion for another motherfucker. It's hard to get out of how you feel about it to get in their shoes and say, yeah, but motherfuckers don't know no better. You know what I mean? People act grown. Just because they age is grown, just because they claim that they're grown, don't mean that they really know how to handle grown folks' situations, including matters of the heart. Amen. It's folks 3 times my age still don't even know how to do it. I'm just about to be 25. I know motherfuckers 50, 40 still acting like they don't even, right? But that's why compassion for that situation is very important, to say, you know what, you really did some weird ass shit, but that's on you. That's for you to learn. You know what I mean? I forgive you and I wish you the best. I hope that you grow the fuck up. You know what I mean? I hope that you get it together. I hope that you learn how to actually be emotionally present. I hope that you learn how to actually respect people's boundaries. Right? But just like you got to forgive other people, you got to forgive yourself. How many times have you put yourself in a situation you knew that you had no business being in, but you put yourself in that situation anyway? You knew that you needed to set them boundaries, but you thought, well, if I set them boundaries, maybe that'll make them leave. Who gives a damn, right? That's the hard pill to swallow again. Because what if I set boundaries and they don't like that? Who gives a fuck? The boundaries ain't for them. It's for you. Right? But then you just put yourself in a situation, right? Because this person is your muse, because you're so inspired by love that you feel like, okay, well, I'm just not going to set boundaries, because if I set boundaries, and that means they'll leave, okay? But they also ran over your motherfucking ass. They didn't leave. They stayed, but they ran over your motherfucking ass and you still wasn't happy. Right? How many times do you keep trying to give the love that you need to be giving yourself and pouring into yourself to other people in hopes that they'll eventually one day, maybe, hopefully, possibly, hopefully, maybe, potentially love you back? Right? Because you just inspired by love. You just feel like if you could just love them so much. Right? I think I said that Wednesday and what you need to know Wednesday, because I'm a love bomber, but my shit don't come from negative intention. I love you. Like I'm not playing when I'm dead the fuck serious. I'm not gonna waste my own time. So when I hit that, I'm dead the fuck serious. I'm dead ass. Right? But that's coming from because I'm so inspired by love that I feel like if I just love on you so much, right, that shit gets me nowhere. It gets us nowhere. A lot of us had to expand in that. A lot of us had to grow in that up by Wiz Khalifa. So a lot of us had to grow up and grow out of that. Amen. A lot of us had to expand out of that. It's a lot of hardships and a lot of hard lessons that we really had to learn. But now it's time to get that inspiration back, right? That's why the card said it's time to, get inspired by music, dance, poetry, books. You know what I mean? Sometimes the hardest thing for us to do, especially when we be in spaces where it's hard for us to have compassion, the last thing you want to do is listen to some love shit. That's the last thing you want to do. That's the last thing you want to do. The last thing you want to do is listen to Beyonce croon her heart out about Jay-Z. Bitch, I don't want to hear that. Where is the gangster shit? Right? I'm not trying to be in love and feel love right now, but that's because you're trying to keep yourself from being inspired by the vibe. You know what I mean? Ooh, girl, turn it off because you don't want to be in your feelings. And it's not because you in your feelings because you sad. It's because you miss that nigga. You miss that bitch. You miss somebody that heart pulling heartstrings for. And you trying so hard to not have compassion because you either having problems forgiving them. You don't want to forgive them. Or something along the lines. Okay? Is it 717? It is 717 while I'm doing this. And I was actually just about to wrap this up. So this is going to be that. The extended version will be posted over on Patreon if you want to get in on the extended version, because I'm going to get into the tarot, and then from there we definitely might pull a couple of cards. Definitely drop down below, check down in the description box. So with me on Patreon, these will be for, I think I'll do them for all patrons. All patrons will do them. So it don't matter what tier you buy. It'll be open. It'll be available for purchase if you do want that. If you don't, then, hopefully you enjoyed this mini, small little something. I hope this definitely gave you what it is that you needed. And until next time, bye.